Hello, is this Mr. Gambino here with a new stream? In this stream, I'll be going over the event week for this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. And starting off, even though they do not highlight it here for some reason, there is a new vehicle edition, and it is known as the Bay 10F Widebody. And from what I saw from Bruffy1322 on his video, it apparently appears to be a 14th place lap time, which is out of that top 10, so it's probably not really worth getting for the performance. But it does have a number 8th place for top speed, apparently. So it is within top 10 for top speed, apparently, so it could be an okay to decent option, I would say at best for performance. I'll say it here kind of right now in case people just want that information right now here. But I'll be showing off customizations and stuff like that later on when I get into the actual game. We had Diamond Casino Heist. Successfully completing Diamond Casino Heist finale through November 16th. Typical 1 week event week, obviously, will get you 50% more money in RP. Diamond Casino Heist is basically the second best heist of the game in terms of like a lone wolf. Being a lone wolf player, I would say it's the second best heist of the game. Even with Caliprico nerf, just because you can do Caliprico solo, I feel it's still kind of the best heist you could do. But yeah, you can pretty much do everything by yourself, aside for the finale, which requires at least 2 players. And yeah, most of the heist stuff is in free mode. It was kind of the first heist to have most of the stuff in free mode, which is pretty cool. So that would be a very solid money-making option. And even though it's 50% more, I would kind of say I recommend it more than the Humane Labs Raid here. And Humane Labs Raid will get you double payouts for both money and RP. So yeah, if you want double on a heist, you pretty much have to do Humane Labs Raid. I feel it's a pretty good heist for the original heists. It's not as... The actual finale is nowhere near as annoying as the Prison Break heist. Nothing's as aggravating as Prison Break heist, I would say, in terms of finale for the original 2015 heists. I do feel this one is also better than Series A. And then obviously it also pays more than Felice Job. Especially with the new balances they did with like the 2015 and Doomsday heists with the money, and they like increase them by certain percentages like permanently as of the new Criminal Enterprise DLC, basically. So ever since the DLC came out for the Criminal Enterprise, they boosted the payouts on pretty much all the original and Doomsday heists. Maybe aside for Felice's. Felice might be the same from before Criminal Enterprise too, but yeah, that was more for last week. So chances are you can actually make some pretty solid money now compared to beforehand. And you had a double in here, stacks of the increase they did with Criminal Enterprise as well. And yeah, on the Newswire, mentions that you actually get triple if you have the subscription down here as well. So if you have a subscription, this will actually become 3 times even. So you might be able to make like 1.5 million perhaps, like not counting like the way you have to like split the cuts. I mean, like the actual heist itself might be like around like 1 to 1.5 million with triple, not counting splitting up and everything. But yeah, I feel it might be like the second best original heist in my opinion that you could do. So this one's a pretty good one that they put on the 2 times for the week, for the like heist month thing they're doing there. Second year of tradition for like the heist month stuff. And yeah, there's some of that subscription stuff highlighted, but that was from like the last week. They just really promote this to me when I boot up the game, but I don't budge, I don't buy that subscription no matter what they do with it. But yeah, bonus payouts for robbing the casino resort. Something that wasn't mentioned in that like box thing there earlier about the like casino like heist is that setup costs are also halved. But yeah, Diamond Casino Heist never really had bad setup costs at all. It was always like 25,000. Now pretty much every heist is 25,000 as of Criminal Enterprise. So half of that should be like 11 to 12,000, like 12,500. So you have very cheap setup costs, especially if you do a lot of them. You can definitely make good money's worth out of that. And yeah, rumors of deliveries of valuable gems. So the diamonds are back as well, so you can also get the best possible like primary target value-wise, at least, not necessarily like carry like weight-wise or like however you like collect the diamonds. Might not be the easiest stuff to collect per se, but it should be the most valuable at least. And yeah, pretty much every time they release the diamonds and stuff, they kind of make them a little more often, or at least they used to. So chances should be like around the best they've ever been, I would assume. Though not necessarily that great still. And then yeah, new community series jobs, Deonox, and then yeah, there's the mention of the Widebody version of the Obey 10F down there. That's a bit of summarizing stuff there, a bit more details later on. Pretty much mentioned everything I need to mention currently for 10F Widebody. But yeah, if you do a Diamond Casino Heist, at least as host, I'm not sure if you have to like actually host it or if you can also get it by joining, but yeah, taking down Diamond Casino Heist will land you Diamond Strike Vest. And yeah, despite the look, it doesn't actually really do anything for you. It's just a pure cosmetic vest. I believe the only free like vests that even do anything is like the original couple that released during the 2015 heist update. And they only particularly work for those like 2015 heists where they slow down your movement and you take more damage before you die. But yeah, it's only original 2015 heists, unfortunately, and provide benefit with like the original strike vest at least. So these ones are just going to be cosmetic, unfortunately. Be a new community series selection. 6 new combat focused jobs this time around for community series. We'll earn each times money in RP. But yeah, this is actually the very first time they're doing combat related like jobs here for the community series. I think I saw there was like one regular deathmatch. There might also be like a team deathmatch. There was a King of the Hill. And then I think there was at least like 3 last team standings. So last team standing is the most. But yeah, last team standing is a pretty popular game mode, so I'm not surprised there. Some of those player created last team standings are pretty fun. And yeah, a couple new couple login rewards here. They're not new, but they return from like a long while and are known to be pretty rare. Apparently here, and that will be the K Rose and Statue of Happiness t-shirts to celebrate the Grand Theft Auto series like franchise 25th anniversary. But yeah, K Rose is significant because that's actually a radio station in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So K Rose is one of those like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas radio stations. That's a pretty cool one there. I like the radio logo shirts. Those are pretty cool. And yeah, Statue of Happiness t-shirt. Statue of Happiness is like the Statue of Liberty in Grand Theft Auto 4 and episodes of Liberty City. Possibly Chinatown Wars as well. It's a very nostalgic t-shirt there, as you would expect for a 25th anniversary celebration. And yeah, all you gotta do is log in for them as well. No tasks required to get them either, so that's pretty cool. Though also ruins the rarity of them, but the more available it is, not a big deal. It's better if it's more available, I feel. As cool as they are, I definitely probably wouldn't rock them though. Probably just keep it in the wardrobe and shit. And yeah. All this stuff is basically going on for the rest of the month, obviously, pretty much here. And set up stuff for OG heists. 1.5 times on the free mode preps for Doomsday, and then 2 million for all heist finales. And yeah. I saw with the heist finale thing in particular, apparently people were probably confused, so I guess Rockstar had to clarify on Rockstar support. But yeah, pretty much every single 2015 heist, every single 2017 heist. And as I expected, you only have to do one approach for Casino and then one approach for Cayo Perico. So you do not have to do multiple attempts as I expected on Casino and Cayo Perico heists. You only gotta do one heist for both of those. So it pretty much worked as I expected, but apparently some people were confused. So I guess they had to clarify on Rockstar support. Or maybe 5 people were confused or something, but yeah. I think that's going to do for the mini here. I'll be going in the game now for the rest. Hopefully story mode lets me go on Crater. There's times where it does not for some reason. If not, then I'll have to either go back in or from main menu I'll have to go public lobby, then invite only. For all the issues in this game. With its fucking spaghetti code and shit. And fucking 9-year-old ass fucking code. 9-year-old ass fucking code. Yeah, man, I wish they would fucking fix the invite only from story mode now. Probably have to wait till the whole next DLC for it now. If even. You have to do that annoying single player, then creator, then invite only, as it basically was for 8th gen and still is because they don't have main menu. Or whatever all. But yeah, they're specifying the 10F Widebody. So I guess I'll kind of show that right now on the Benny's website. Previously, you had to go on Luxury Motorsport here. But now you can also go on Benny's to purchase as well. No price difference at all, so there's really no particular reason to go to either website. Pretty much have all the same color options and everything, so it doesn't really matter where you purchase it. There's a little peek at the customized example to the 10F Widebody. Definitely looking pretty interesting. And yeah, I think again they skipped a very particular other widebody vehicle they have not released. In case people don't want spoilers on it, I'm not going to mention what it is, but for a second time they skipped one of those earlier drift vehicles. I think that was because the Weevil was Halloween themed, so I guess they kind of skipped it for that reason. And 10F was already kind of released already, so I guess I figured they would just release 10F Widebody. instead of the last Widebody I believe needs releasing. Get clothing unlocked, Statue of Happiness. I didn't really see one for K-Rose there, so I'm not sure if I already had K-Rose in. Maybe I was lucky and already have K-Rose, I don't remember. But yeah, at least Statue of Happiness I got. So that's another pretty nostalgic shirt there for me. But yeah. Time trial this time. Regular time trial to start around is Sawmill. Now it goes from Sawmill over to Davis Quartz. And yeah, my strategy is pretty interesting on this one. You don't really want to take roads in my experience. You mainly want to take like the train tracks from my experience, and then you want to drop onto a road or something at some point. It's like train tracks, maybe like the closest road over to like here or something, and then go to the quarry. So yeah, my advice is you want to take those train tracks basically for the most part until you get pretty close to the quarry. So it's a pretty easy strategy for this one, I would say, compared to usual. And yeah, in that case I wouldn't really recommend this supercars. I might just mention motorcycles in this case, because yeah, you wouldn't really want a supercar per se in like a tunnel, I would say, where a train could come. But yeah, obviously on 9th gen, best motorcycle for 9th gen will be the HSW Hotshot Drag. Being the only HSW motorcycle in the game for those crazy top speeds, acceleration, and all that. And then yeah, for 8th gen, the Western Reaver from Contract should still be pretty good for top speed from what I recall. And yeah, being on the train tracks, you don't necessarily need to turn too much in certain areas, kind of, so... You know, the route's like more particular this time, so I feel like top speed could kind of work out in this one compared to the other ones. The Pegasi Body 801. Pegasi Body 801 is a pretty cheap motorcycle, like 15,000. Probably around like 500,000, with probably around 500,000 with like engine upgrades and stuff. That's a pretty cheap, like good option. I think that's still within like top 5 at worst. Top 5 for lap time and top speed at worst. So the Pegasi Body 801 should still be a pretty good option. The regular Hotshot Drag could probably still be pretty okay to decent on 8th gen. Nagasaki Shotaro should be a pretty good one still, if I recall, for the Nagasaki Shotaro. Those are probably a few of my recommendations. But yeah, I'll check out Bruffy1322. He has like a spreadsheet, and I think even has like a website now where you can like check out his like lap times, like top speeds and stuff, and also like YouTube channel and stuff. I think that's pretty much all the advice I'm going to give here. It's definitely more advice than I can usually give in terms of like the routing and whatnot. I'll probably do a run myself to show what I'm talking about and stuff later on, as they usually do. RC Bandito time trial to start around is Vespucci Canals. And yeah, I feel this one's one of the more annoying RC Bandito time trials, because this one goes between like all kinds of different roads and stuff. It's not like in an area where you don't have to deal with like moving vehicles, like the one in like the cemetery and like with Fuente Blanca, where you don't have to worry about moving vehicles and stuff. It's definitely one of those ones in like a more populated location, which is kind of annoying, so do look out for moving vehicles. That's kind of the main annoyance here. And then aside for that, you just gotta know like how to corner through it and whatnot. And yeah, all the like movement advice and stuff varies heavily between the different controls. It's not really easy to describe that per se, especially when there's only one vehicle option available. my recommendation is just do it until you like beat it. Basically, it's probably the best way to go about it. Or obviously, I would maybe look up a YouTube guide or something. HSW time trial this time around is El Perro Beach. Second of like 8 time trials, whatever, for HSW. So I'll be doing a Sterling GT run, a Sterling GT HSW run. I'll probably be doing that later on. So that's the vehicle I'm using right now, basically, for these HSW time trials. And I'm trying to read the description. Doesn't this just like where? Oh yeah, I think this one might go to like the warehouse though, like Lester's warehouse or something. So it's not that bad. It's definitely not a very bad one. HSW is the easiest down trials pretty much now. And yeah, again, pretty much your best bet would be the HSW Hot Drag, as long as you won't crash into stuff that easily, which isn't really that hard to do. HSW Hot Drag is like no contest, the best option. Or then, obviously, if you don't want to do that, I would probably say HSW Supercars, like the Weaponized Ignis, the Cyclone 2, and the Devastator 8 HSW versions and all that. Those are probably the top few, kind of, I would say. And then for top speed, I think for general top speed, I think the two newest ones from like Criminal Enterprise are pretty much the best couple top speed options. They're like the Giro CX and like Sterling GT HSWs. If you're looking for like general top speed, like not like from class kind of. And premium race for the week is for super class here. So I mean, mentioned super class anyways, which I typically do with time trial, but I don't really recommend supercar, and that's really for this time trial. But yeah. Again, 9th gen, I pretty much mentioned all the HSW supercars for 9th gen that you want to be using for that crazy top speed acceleration and everything. For 8th gen, I'm pretty sure a couple of the best ones are still the Progen, what's it called? Usually I remember the names pretty good here, but kind of forgetting here, I think. Oh yeah, Benefactor Krieger, and the Progen Emirates. Those are the ones for like Damasceno Resort or whatever, and that should still be pretty good for the 8th gen Benefactor Krieger, Progen Emirates. And then the new LM87 from the Criminal Enterprises, if I recall, sounds pretty good for 8th gen, where you don't have those HSW vehicles. And for top speed, if I recall, it goes to like the P-Fisser 811, the regular Devastator, and then the Banshee 900R, I think is the couple of top speed options, if I recall, from Ruffy 1322 spreadsheet. Since I talk about the class a lot, that should be pretty accurate there. And yeah, now I want to go over to the casino and show off the podium vehicle and all that. Oh yeah, and speaking of casino, talk fucking sissy lack, fucking sissy dick lost, and that was fun.
A new vehicle on the podium. You can win it with just a spin on
Sin
the lucky
City has a
wheel.
fucking red governor now, apparently. That will be happening. So that's pretty cool. So haha, sissy dick, you're non-essential now, fucking asshole. Shutting down small businesses and shit, apparently, making people wear masks and shit. Fucking lefty and liberal piece of shit.
The action is hot at our table games. Live
Fucking
life to
sissy
the
dude.
full. Play around.
Fucking made me fucking wait for my fucking 21st birthday celebration, that fucking asshole fucking governor. As long as Lombardo doesn't do that kind of dumb shit, he can easily fucking kick his ass as governor. But yeah. Anyways, I'm pretty sure it's the Ubermacht, like, Rebla GTS or something like that. You can kind of see it there, actually, since I can see the rear here. So yeah, it should be right there. If I remember looking at the news wire from earlier. Yeah. 2-door or something, because I thought it would have been 4-door, but maybe I was looking in the wrong section or something. Okay, I think I might have been looking more at like the resort vehicles or something. But yeah, here it is, Ubermacht Rebel GTS. If you get it as a podium vehicle, you will be saving at least $1,175,000. Plus, if it has delivery on it and you keep delivery, it's probably around like 20 or 30,000 at most. I would say you save there as well. So could make it like around 1.2 million savings. And yeah, the Rebla GTS is a SUV. I'm pretty sure you're might also be a returning vehicle from Grand Theft Auto 4. Might have been an SUV in Grand Theft Auto 4, or if not, this exact version is similar to one from Grand Theft Auto 4, so it kind of has a bit of nostalgicness to it. But yeah, Rebel GTS and SUV class, according to Breffy 152 spreadsheet, it is an A-tier SUV, which makes it 5th place last time. 4th on 8th gen, where you don't have the like HSW SUV. So pretty much within like top 5 for lap time. And then it's 4th place top speed. And then you can push that up to like 3rd place for 8th gen, where you don't have HSW. So yeah, it's still within like top 5 at worst. It's still a very decent option, I would say, here for performance. So this is definitely still a pretty alright podium vehicle, I would say. So definitely cannot go wrong with this one. Highly recommended, kinda. They obviously just better ones, but still recommended. It's not one I would throw away if you were to somehow win it. Next, I'll go over to test track, and I want to show all that off. And yeah, all just test track vehicles, if I looked on the newswire earlier, should be on a discount. So I'll probably talk great details on all of those. And yeah, Pride's Ride and HSW Test Ride and all that. And yeah, I'll discuss the Protstar challenge, if I think it's really worth it for what's on there and everything. And yeah, once I get through like all these like area, like hub areas and stuff where you go through like into vehicles and stuff, then I'll probably maybe customize the 10F Widebody from there in case anyone's wondering that at this point or something. But yeah, obviously I wasn't going to be doing that right away like usual, but yeah. This time around for test track, there is I think a Sugoi, the Apache JB700W, and then the Grotti Furia. I want to say all these were from the Diamond Casino Heist update, which makes sense because they're kind of promoting like the Diamond Casino Heist and stuff during this heist month and stuff. So the theme, I mean, definitely makes a lot of sense there. And yeah, I think when we start off, since I go left to right, I'll be starting off with what I think is the worst of these three, if I recall here. For when I go over the performances, but yeah, I'm making sure that these are on a discount before I talk about them. But yes, I remember they should all be on a discount for this free year. Alright, yes, Sugoi, and then those two. Alright, yeah, all three are indeed on discounts. Okay, $734,400 for that one. And I might start test riding these as well, actually, like I do for Simeons, now that I think about it, because I don't actually do it here, but I always do it at Simeons. Dang, it's kind of hard to show it off in the test track, you know, like how it is all the pillars and stuff. Whereas, like, Simeons, at least you have, like, the whole city to go through, so actually, no, I'm not going to do that, so I can go through it quicker, like I usually do. So yeah, that should be a sport car here for Sugoi, I'm pretty sure. And I don't recall it being all that good. Okay, yeah. According to Roughly 132's vehicle spreadsheet, the Sugoi is actually a G tier sport car. G tier sport car, which automatically means the lap time is terrible here. And that will be 79th place, apparently, there. So yeah, 79th place in lap time. And then 46th place top speed. And it should be without the criminal enterprise vehicles in the account as well, because the spreadsheet is still as of contract. Alright, yeah. So yeah, it's got pretty bad performance, so I do not recommend this one here. So that's definitely a pass performance-wise. Next one here, since it's weaponized, I'm not going to talk about the performance, I'll talk more about its weapon capabilities. Kind of showed off on more stuff too, I guess, here as well. And, so yeah, JB700W, 1,470,000 to 1,021,000. Okay. Like 440,000 around there for savings. I think 441,000 here. So you got some okay savings there. Still a little over $1 million, but yeah. JB700W for the weapon capabilities. Obviously, you pretty much have those machine guns that are on like the story mode mission. They're not the same machine guns, they're not like the same like audible sounds and stuff, but they're more like the typical machine guns you see on like a GT vehicle. And yeah, machine guns typically aren't really going to be the most useful. It's not a super unique weaponry or anything, so best thing it'll probably do for you, for the most part, might be like a headhunter or like some other like VIP work. Might be like the most useful thing it can do, pretty much, I would say. I do, in fact, have an entire review and guide on this vehicle, but yeah, it's not going to be that good necessarily aside for VIP work and stuff, so this won't be a huge money-making vehicle. But yeah, it's weaponized, so obviously it's more useful than like 95 to like 90-95% vehicles in the game. And then it also has like choice between spike and slick mines. Spike mines Spike mines obviously pretty much in reference to like the one from story mode, and it's mines that can blow out like tires for like civilian vehicles especially. Though they also damage like player vehicles as well, so they can damage player vehicles, like their engine health and stuff, even if they have like bulletproof tires and stuff from what I've tested. And then silk mines could kind of be the more useful one, the silk mines, because it like steers vehicles out of your way and stuff. So you want spike mines more if you want to like deal damage to vehicles, which you can deal damage to vehicles through like other means, with like the guns mounted on it. You might be able to use like throwables and stuff as well, obviously. But in terms of like better like usefulness against like players, if you want to use it more for players or something, then you would probably want the slick mines. That's my recommendation for like the mine choice. It all kind of depends on what you want to do with it. But yeah. And I don't really think there's anything else for weaponry, so yeah. Again, I think the best it'll do pretty much is the VIP work. Is kind of the most useful would probably be in typically. Though maybe the silk mines can have utilities. Maybe the silk mine can have like utility in like some of those like vehicle like cargo source missions, for example. Those are probably the best couple uses I could probably think of for it. And then yeah, there's Grotty Furia here. It's like one of those like supercars or like dunks, you know, heist or whatever. But yeah, the Furia is not necessarily a very good supercar though, not like the ones I kind of mentioned earlier. But yeah. According to Bruffy 152 spreadsheet, the Grotty Furia is a C tier supercar. And that makes it 26th place lap time, and then it makes it 38th place top speed. So yeah, its performance is not really that good. So yeah, I would pass through a performance standpoint. It might be the best performing one. If between these three vehicles, it might be the best performance, but I still wouldn't really get it in terms of the performance of all the vehicles in the game. So definitely, I would say the most useful of the podium vehicles. Definitely the most useful of the test ride vehicles, I would say this time, is definitely the JB700W, just because it's weaponized and whatnot. And yeah, anyone who's interested about the price right now, it's $1,918,000 on its discount. So yeah, Furia is 30% off. JB700W is also 30% off, and then this Goy is 40% off. So yeah, 40, 30, and 30 are your percentages. Prize ride this time around is the Lampadati Casco, and again, it kind of fits like the heist theme. It's not in like the particular heists that are on like Money Opportunity right now, but it's more like used in like prison break heist. But still fits the heist theme or like heist ones, so it's still pretty fitting though. But yeah, Alice Carving Series placed top 1 for 4 days in a row. Top 1. You can easily exchange ones with like a friend in like a street race, and that would probably be the best way to go about it. The only annoying part is definitely not 4 days in a row. And yeah, you might have the free mode sprint races, which you can also do with a friend and exchange wins and whatnot. If you wanted to do like the sprint races in free mode, that might count. Street races, if you're going for the pause menu, just 2 to 8 players. That's pretty much the like main option you'll probably want. Especially if you're more of a lone wolf player, the street races might be your best bet. Because yeah, you can do a bare minimum 2-player street race, and you have at least 50% chance if you're going against a random. Whereas if you pursuit race, that will be a 4-player minimum. And that will like half your like minimal like chance or like max chance, your maximum chance of that 4-player minimum. The challenge is pretty easy, especially if you like exchange ones with a friend. You let a friend win once, and then your friend lets you win once, like per day. And yeah, Casco, that's in here. We'll prevent some more discounts for later and whatnot. But yeah, if you get it, you save $680,000. So you get some pretty okay savings. Not anywhere near the greatest. You could literally do any of like this like heist on like money opportunity, and you can easily obtain it though if you didn't want to do the challenge. The challenge isn't that bad, I would say. It's for 4 days, so I feel it's just worth doing a challenge for it. As for performance, though, I don't think I won with performance yet, but it's in the Sport Classic class. It might have like okay to decent performance at best in like top speed if I remember right. But yeah. According to Ruffy 132 spreadsheet, the Casco is a C tier Sport Classic class vehicle. And that makes it 16th place for lap time, and then like 9th place for top speed. So I think if you include the Sterling GT HSW, that drops down to 10th place in terms of top speed. On 8th gen without HSW vehicles, I think would actually be like 8th place top speed too, so 8th gen is even a bit better. Either way, you're pretty much getting within top 10 still for top speed. If they had another Sport Classic, that's pretty good though, and like 9th gen especially though, would probably drop down like beneath top 10 and therefore wouldn't be too useful. So in terms of the near like distant future, perhaps it might be kind of a class for 9th gen though, so keep that in mind though, but 8th gen should definitely be worth it for a bit, at least. And yeah, HSW test ride this around is the Grotti Brioso RA, and I believe it's the only compact in the game with an HSW upgrade, so being only one of its class for HSW makes it absolutely worthwhile. Oh, what the hell? That new text on like open wheel race runs in with the money RP there. Apparently, but yeah, a little preview there. Apparently, have money RP thing later. And then, yeah. Next, I'll be going to luxury autos. And luxury autos, apparently both of those are like 25% off, so we'll be going over both of them. And they're both open wheel vehicles, so half of the open wheel vehicles are basically over there right now. And yeah, it kind of fits along the lines of being from like that Casino Heist update. I imagine it's probably gonna be the ones from that Casino Heist, I'm gonna guess. Just based on like the themes and stuff right now. I don't know, maybe one of them was probably just in a special or something. Because I was like, do you ever update that open wheel vehicles? But yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, I gotta go a little more this way. I don't know why I thought I was there for a second. This clothing icon confused me there. But yeah, it's the R88 and then it's the PR4 open wheel vehicles. And again, I'm assuming those are the Time Casino Heist ones to go along with the theme. They're the only ones here, so yeah, easy to check. Okay, yep. Both from the Time Casino Heist. Very fitting that it's those two. But yeah, being the older ones, it's likely going to be some of the worst, like, few open wheel vehicles of the game. So do keep that in mind. And yeah, those prices were on the screen earlier, I'm pretty sure, so no need to really mention those. And yeah, they are both indeed 25% off, as I see on the news wire. And they don't really say like the colors and stuff like they do for Simeons. I'm not gonna bother to mention all that. So I'll be going back on the spreadsheet here. I'm gonna get the open wheel. Okay. So the Ocelot R8A, but its best performance is actually 4th place apparently for the open wheel class on a mid downforce setup. It's at the bottom of A tier. So basically kinda makes it the worst of the open wheel vehicles in the game, it appears. Because there's 3 different performances for each one, and then each one basically has its own like letter grade. So yeah, it looks to be the worst on a mid downforce. Between all of them, it's the worst in the first 4 placements. Best setup looks to be mid downforce. And that makes it a number 7 for lap time, and then it also makes it number 8 for top speed. And then the other placements for it. On a max downforce setup, that will be 8th place, and then it will be 10th place on top speed. And then its last placement is the worst for a lap time, being number 12, and then 3rd place top speed on a minimum downforce setup. That's 3 different like setups that you can do, kind of. Since it's open wheel. So it definitely seems to be the worst of the open wheel vehicles, I would say, in the game. So if you had to choose one on discount, I would probably make it PR4 here. And PR4, its best placement is also in a mid downforce setup. All of them even apparently have mid downforce as their like best setup. So you want like in between downforce apparently for all of them for best placements. But yeah, PR4 mid downforce setup is a top tier, A tier open wheel vehicle. Not the S tier, but top of A tier. For mid downforce setup, that will be a 4th place lap time and then 9th place top speed.
Traffic was a bitch.
Minimum downforce setup for PR4 is gonna be like 5th place lap time and then 5th place top speed. And then finally, the PR4 at a max downforce setup is apparently at 10th place for lap time and then 12th place top speed. So yeah, apparently it's the 2nd best open wheel vehicle, so it could be an okay one to pick up since it's on discount right now for 25% off. And then now I'll go over to Simeon's here. And then I'll go over those vehicles and all that. But yeah, the vehicle this time for the few year will be the Dinka Kanjo SJ, which is actually one of those like couple new like coupe vehicles that was released with the Criminal Enterprises DLC. So it's a pretty recent one here. For some reason it's not on the website listed, but should be starting San Andreas. Pathfinder Comet Safari, that's actually a pretty interesting one there, as I'll mention later. The Lampadati Komoda, Legendary Motorsport, Pegasi Ignis, Legendary Motorsport, and then Dinka Ballista Kanjo from San Andreas Autos. So 2 San Andreas free Legendary Motorsport and all that. But yeah, I have to see which ones are on discount, if any. I know at least one is. Because that will like depend on how much I talk about these vehicles, perhaps. But yeah, being a pretty recent vehicle addition here, I definitely knew this one was not going to be on a discount. It obviously is not. Comet Safari is not on discount, so that's just purely there. But I will talk a good bit about that one, kind of, because even though it's not on discount, it's a pretty good one, kind of. Moda is on a discount, so I'll mention that later. Ignis is not on discount. And Ballista Kanjo. Okay, the Ballista Kanjo is on a discount as well, just like the Komoda. Okay, so the only ones that are on discount seem to be the ones that feature from like Diamond Casino Heist, as you would kind of expect with the Diamond Casino Heist theme this time. But yeah, I have to see the like descriptions here on like Simeon's on the newswire. But yeah, Kanjo SJ is in a classic yellow, so no livery. There is liveries on the vehicle, but you're not getting one on here. And yeah, for those interested, it's actually not really good performance. Even though it's a vehicle from the latest update, it's actually not that good performance-wise. Though it kinda counts as a tuner vehicle, which is interesting though, so you might be able to use it for some of that stuff, though from what I've heard, they actually messed that up, or didn't really bother to do that. So you might not even be able to use it in like street races and stuff, even though it's kinda classified as a tuner for like the trade price and stuff. So this vehicle does have a trade price with like tuner reps, so you could actually get one a little bit lower in price possibly if you have to buy it now and not trade price. PFS or Comet Safari. I will show off the description here on like the website for that one. But yeah, again, not on discount, but it can be weaponized through the vehicle workshop in the Avenger or Mobile Operations Center. And then there was one added later on that's not on the description, I believe, like the weaponized mechanic for the arena can do that as well. So you can modify with machine guns on it. I think that's the only weaponry has those machine guns, so again, like the JB700W, it's probably best for like VIP work such as like Headhunter and whatnot. Pretty small money making. Pretty small money making stuff, I would say. Like Headhunter VIP work again. So even though it's not on discount, I do recommend that one. And yeah, Widebody Komoda 4-door sport car, which is interesting. Might still be pretty alright if I recall. I'll have to look. Roughly 152 Sport G. But yeah, okay. And again, since I have the whole city to drive in, I'm gonna be test driving here while I talk about it, kinda show it off a little bit for the stock version, not the performance when you have like engine upgrades. Performance I mentioned does have engine upgrades in the account, but keep in mind this is stock here. But yeah. Widebody Komoda is apparently a 33rd place for lap time and then 16 for top speed at best. So since the sport class has like 9,100 vehicles, it is above average for the class, but still quite the several placements beneath the top 10, so not really too worth picking up, I would say. So even though it's on discount, not one I would really recommend too much. And yeah, 4 doors, I'm pretty sure there's better like 4-door sport car options as well, so wouldn't really want it for that necessarily either. Alright, Tony. I'll probably get that in a couple weeks, Tony, since I've been doing my miscellaneous streams more for like update stuff that's not these like event week stuff and whatnot. But yeah, regular Ignis, I think it could maybe be alright for 8th gen, but 9th gen, definitely not 9th gen since there's the weaponized Ignis that has the HSW stuff on it, which is a whole like, separate different model and everything. So I would kinda definitely pass on the Ignis. there's better options. And yeah, I think a ballistic angel. This one should be in the compact class or something, I think. If not that, then perhaps it's somehow a sport car. Alright, a ballistic angel. That is in the compact class. According to Bruffy 142 spreadsheet. I'll test drive it actually first. Yeah. But yeah. Ballistic Angel, apparently according to Bruffy 142 spreadsheet, looks to be a 4th place lap time and then a 3rd place top speed for the compact class. Wow, okay. The 4th and 3rd place lap time top speed. So it is actually one of the better ones of the class, but yeah. Racing wise, I don't really feel that compact races are really that like popular of a race class. Compacts are definitely not necessarily all used all that much in a race situation though. But still, at least it's within the top like couple to few compact vehicles. It's definitely kind of worth getting. And yeah, on 8th gen, actually the Ballistic Kanjo would be like 3rd place and then even like 2nd place. Since they're like top 5, it's more often like top 3 on 8th gen in particular, where you don't have like the Brioso, like RA HSW, which was that HSW test ride. So if you're on 8th gen without that, it's more in top 3. But still top 5 on 9th gen, you know, I mean, pretty alright. But again, this is classic yellow here for Kanju SJ.
Oh, my will!
The P-Pister Common Safari is in a dark green with arid theater livery. And yeah, I think that's just like a hella recycled gun running livery, so that livery is probably on a lot of different vehicles, so definitely pretty nice though. Empanaди Komoda is in metallic bright purple. Pegassi Ignis is in classic lime green and it has black stripe livery. And finally, the Ballista, I think the Ballista Kanjo here is an ice white wrapped in Highway Hunter livery. So those are different colors and liveries for each vehicle here. So definitely between the 2 discount ones, definitely the Ballista Kanjo. If anything. When it comes to anything here though, I would definitely recommend the Common Safari though, even though it's not on discount. And yeah, discount percentages. I don't think I necessarily mentioned those yet for the percentages here. So, Komoda and the Ballistic Kanjo are both 30% off. So 30% off for both. And yeah, since I had to hold on to the regular 10F for so long, I think I'm definitely gonna be modifying it right now. Since I was waiting to modify it for the Widebody to come out.
What you need, boss? Some wheels? I can bring them round.
Since I knew about the Widebody well before, yeah, because I know about the leaks and stuff, I know like some leakers and stuff, I knew about the Widebody beforehand.
It's coming at you.
Yeah, 10F, the regular 10F was out for a while now, but yeah, I didn't modify it because I knew it was a better one coming out. And yeah, this is that same look from like whenever it was available in like luxury autos or wherever I got it. I think there was 1 week where it first came out, it was on like a luxury autos or something, so it's whatever build from that, I think. Should still be entirely stock if I recall here. Oh, and yeah, wait, I don't want to go to a regular mod shop, I want to go to Benny's here. And yes, I'm going to actual Benny's here, because I don't really care to go to the office garage. I was actually about to go to a mod shop or Benny's vehicle, apparently, but at least I caught them, though. Before I actually went there.
What you looking for?
Bay 10F, when you convert it, will still be a sport car. It's only getting like wide body modifications. It's not a crazy conversion like the Weevil was, where it turns from compact to muscle car. But yeah, upgrade cost for a 10F wide body will be $575,000. So upgrade in the like regular price probably puts it between like 2 and 2.5 million for the stock vehicle. So there's the upgrade in there. Already has like bolt stuff on it, it looks like. Oh, and actually trying to cook away delivery, it looks like. It's whatever now.
I guess folks really want you to kill
Armor. Alright, that's the difference between minimal and maximum braking.
them. Got your brakes.
Alright, front bumpers. 19 total here. Stock here. For front bumper. Alright. Carbon and secondary carbon splitters. Okay. Secondary has like a lining on it. Carbon splitter might have a lining for the primary color, but maybe it's just a splitter there. Wait, secondary for sure is color on it at least. Forward splitter. Secondary there as well. Carbon wing splitter. Secondary as well. Forged wing splitter. Secondary one there as well. Carbon street splitter. Alright. Kind of seems to be a little bit of a unique one there, and then again there's more street splitters as well with Ford street splitter. A carbon race splitter. Secondary there. So 2 of those. forged race splitter. Secondary option there. Carbon super splitter. Secondary version there. Then forged, and then forged secondaries we're doing for the last couple. So it seems there's typically like 2 options per front bumper here, pretty much. So average of 2 options it looks like for each. And yeah, I like the Ford stuff, like the camo looking stuff and all on it. So I'm definitely going that secondary Ford super splitter here.
That's the look.
Okay, rear diffuser, there's actually more of those apparently at 21. Okay, diffuser, and then bumper delete. Oh, dang. It's crazy. You can literally show the whole entire exhaust. It's insane. Okay, carbon mid fans. Forged mid fans. On paper, it doesn't look that much different, but I'd say it must have that like forged stuff. Carbon diffuser fins. Forged diffuser fins. I think this one's definitely a good bit more noticeable. So carbon diffuser fins. Forged on that one as well. Carbon bolted diffuser, since I finally put stuff down there. So I don't think other options went that low so far on the vehicle. There's a forged version of that as well. Carbon focused diffuser. Forged version 2. Carbon race diffuser. Forged race diffuser, forged version there too. Probably one of the harder ones to know some difference on, I would say, so probably not one I would recommend. Carbon GT spec. Forged there as well. Carbon focus GT spec. Forged version there as well. Whoa, you can even expose and have stuff there, that's crazy. Carbon exposed diffuser and then certainly forged as well. Yep. I'm definitely going that one. Definitely the sickest looking one. Car definitely gets a good bit nudier, apparently. Alright, canards. Okay, none. Carbon canards. And then forged carbon canards. Okay, primary vents, and then you can do forged on those vents as well. Nice. Okay, there's 3 versions of this next one, I think, compared to the typical 2. I feel there's been 2 of a lot of the different stuff currently here. We have primary events with canards. Canards seem to be forged there. You can get carbon with carbon canards, it looks like, and then you can double down on the forge instead of having carbon and forge. Alright. primary vertical vent, carbon, and then forged. Primary vertical vent kit, primary and forge again. Carbon is like double carbon again, and then forge is double forge again. Carbon canard fin, forged version, and I think it will be the same for the last year. Oh, two fins here, that's cool. Carbon dual canard fins, and then forge there as well, which goes very good with the forge, like front bumper I did there, so I'm definitely going forge one. So typical like 2 free options, like it's pretty much been every other section. Damn, I think my stick might be drifting a good bit for some reason. Damn, we can't do more to the engine than just do like tunes apparently. That's a little lame, I feel, for Benny's vehicle, and you cannot go inside the engine, it looks like so far at least. Yeah, it's the difference between level 1 and level 2 for 4 basically maxes that out. Exhaust. But yeah, maybe a lot of it changes unless it's only like the circular parts. That'd be a little lame for the whole exhaust not to change. Yeah, I'll do a quick run through of like each of them nude here, and then I'll go through them normally, kinda. Well, some of them do actually change. Alright, that's the. It's a bit loud for family people at times and stuff, so I didn't want to do it any longer than that. So I just did a quick run through there. But yeah, just stock there. And for some, there's a couple more like extensions to it. The stock exhaust kind of. That would be titanium exhaust, aluminum, and carbon. And there's titanium infinity exhausts, aluminum, carbon. Okay. And then there's street exhaust, which actually has a chrome option to it apparently. That'll also be the first one that changes the like stock look of the exhaust there. So it even changes like the other parts too now. Yeah, chrome, titanium, carbon. You know, aluminum on that one. It looks like instead you get like chrome instead of aluminum. Your turbo changes it up as well here. Chrome turbo. Looks like it has 2 things now. Unless it did have 2. Alright, yeah. Might have always had 2 for a while here, but definitely more noticeable here on the turbo, chrome, titanium, and carbon. Whoa, what? Inverted turbo exhaust, what? It's crazy. You can invert that shit, apparently, that's insane. Titanium, carbon, pretty much all the same options. An inverted might be like the chrome version. Since chrome is not listed for that one, it must be like the chrome one there for the first iteration there. again, a major change. Oval inverted exhaust. Whoa. Okay. Is that the inversion of that? Or is it like the inversion of like the stock maybe? I don't know. Hasn't really been one that coined. There hasn't really been one that used the term oval yet, so I'm not really sure if that's a completely unique one here, or like if it's like an invert of like stock or something. Or actually, it's one that's like one like large exhaust on each side or something. It looks like, so it might be unique, yeah. Titanium oval inverted exhaust. Again, and carbon as well. Oh, okay, you get the inverted and then you get the regular one for the... Or actually, this oval turbo, whereas the other one's oval inverted, okay. But still might be inversion of the like last couple here. Yeah, it'll be chrome, or probably chrome, I assume, titanium, and then carbon. I'll do carbon, why not? It's just exhaust. Okay, grill. Okay, grill is a little disappointing. It looks like just 3 options for pennies. That seems pretty disappointing. Better stock, expose the radiator, expose the radiator, expose to F radiator, okay. Oh shit, okay. So if you don't like a regular looking grill, that's fine, and then you can expose the radiator, and there's the one with 10F on it, that's cool.
That's what you was looking for.
Giving that 10F look on front, too. Not just the back. Nice. Headlight covers. Damn, just one option? No, what? Tintable lights, huh? Even changes here, what? Is that like a color option or something, I wonder? Since it's called tintable. I wonder if I would like respray modify it a little bit or something. That would be pretty interesting. I see a little bit of a lighting change, I think, when I do it. Like if I make the reflection over like here, like show up here, changes it up.
She's gonna turn some heads.
Could be a minor change, I'm not sure. Hood, catches and hoods. Okay, but yeah, hood catches. Bit of warning, but the hood catches typically prevent you from opening the hood, so I will not do a hood catch, so I can open the hood if I were to put this in a car show or something, car meet or something. But yeah, if you're fine with like preventing the hood from opening, and yeah, that's basically what the hood pins do. For some reason, and hood itself. I don't know if there's like a hood where you can see through it, then I might do it, but otherwise, probably not. Alright, stock, carbon, forged carbon, okay. Cool. Ridgeline hood. Okay, add some lining to it. Carbon and forged again. a couple hood vent ones here, it looks like. There's a carbon hood vent and forged carbon hood vent. Yo, that's cool. You can make it like forged vent. That's cool. Wasn't expecting a vent to turn to forged as well here. This vehicle sure unless it's forged, so I guess it's not too shocking though. Or spec hood, carbon of that, and forged carbon of that. A primary performance hood. Ooh, nice vent stuff there. Turn out the carbon, and then you can also turn the forge. Damn. Arrowhead. Carbon. Forge carbon. And yeah, this one probably has the same typical free options for what looks to be the last one here. Racehood. Carbon, and then forge carbon. Oh, I'm definitely doing a crazy amount of forge here.
All dressed up.
Yeah. No, like, showroom. Just no, like, showroom, like, hood thing where you can see through it. So, therefore, I am not going to do these 4 hood catches, though. So, no sense doing that, so I can open the hood if I wanted to for, like, a car show or something. Or just if I wanted to look at it by myself for any reason. Just do my typical jazz horn loop here.
Don't press that horn in here.
Can't Benny chill fool. Interior. My carbons, weight dash, fog dash, woven dash. Probably a bunch of typical options are probably already on those vehicles. Maybe like 1 or 2 might be more unique here. Maybe like suede and woven might not typically be on normally. Woven looks nice, so I'll just do my bottom option.
It's the inside that counts.
Doors. Basically looks like you get all the same options for doors. And yes, as for suede and woven, I don't necessarily see them really being all that unique, possibly. Probably mostly copy-paste stuff. Yeah, I got my woven again here. Go with the dash. Right seats. Probably just a bunch of typical options here again. It's just seats. It's not like I can do much with the seats to make it all that unique for each vehicle per se. But I feel all these were probably on previous vehicles here. Yeah, that one might have like primary car on it, it looks like, or something for painted, okay. Maybe I'll just go my carbon Raleigh seats. Steering wheel. Like why? Why do they do that with the steering wheels? They have like a bunch of like cooler looking options, but it has to remove the fucking manufacturer logo on it. It's kind of lame that you have to remove the manufacturer logo, just have a better like general wheel kind of, in a way. Not every vehicle does that, but I think a lot of vehicles do. I like the ring on top there, so yeah, I'll just go Rally Professional, my typical bottom option I do.
Now steer the shit out of that thing.
Alright, then light color. It's just me, or does it actually kind of turn on some lighting on there? Yeah. Actually, don't know what I'm gonna do there yet. That's right. I want to get the respray first, so I go back to that actually. But yeah, interior would have been nice to see some flocked interiors. Or wait, not flocked. I just got confused from earlier. But yeah, for all the forged stuff you can do outside, it would have been nice if there was like maybe some like forged like interior options, perhaps. Kind of a little disappointing that they didn't make like forged interior options like they did for pretty much everything else on this vehicle. It's a little disappointing. So yeah, I think forged would be nice for interior, I feel. Like steering wheel, maybe even stuff like that. Or at least interior stuff like door and like the dash and whatnot. Yeah, exactly those ones primarily. Would have been nice. Maybe even seats. It says already have clear carbon options there. I just need to wait for now until I decide on build. And I'll do like the carbon for the colored ones. Get livery here. I do livery and then that'll help me build the respray option like usual. Okay, so there's 17 liveries. There might be like a few to several more compared to the regular one. I kind of showed a little quick run through of the customizations, I think, when I did the 10F stream when that first came out. But yeah, that was like weeks ago, so I wouldn't remember like which ones, if there was any added, and if any are taken away, or and all that stuff. So I'm not going to be able to necessarily compare it to much, but yeah. Simple white and black stripes to start. You get dual stripes there on top for those colors. A tricolor one here. Some sort of like country like stripes. White pinstripe. Same thing but for red. Quite a few simple ones to start. Kissima. Still mostly simple perhaps, but it does add a bit of a color to the bottom, which is nice, and it does have like interesting like characters there. So definitely getting a little more interesting there, in my opinion. Sponsor bash. You get Legendary Motorsport on there. Would have been kind of cool to have Benny's on there too, I feel, since it's on that website too, but oh well. The sponsor bash, still mostly simple, I feel. Jackal Racing, whoa, Jackal Racing has a lot of like top and like back color and stuff. This is actually also the one I think mine came with, actually. I think that was the one that was on the Luxury Autos that one time. I think it was Luxury Autos at the one time with Jackal Racing and like orange and whatnot. With all the Ford stuff and all that now, that looks a bit better with it. I feel the build I have right now kind of works pretty good with this livery. If for some reason I want to go back to it, I don't necessarily think I will. German Motorsport. Might have those like stripe colors from like earlier. Like on the like one side there, not the bottom. Definitely get a good bit more of those like stripe colors from like tricolor, it looks like. So definitely a bit more detailed, but wouldn't be as crazy as Jackal Racing, I would say. Half camo. Only half of the vehicle really actually gets a livery. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the half camos, I would say, since half of the other vehicles just here at primary and stuff. Yeah. pretty interesting. Definitely one of the more detailed ones so far. Shark racing. Seems to me we have like sponsorship stuff on like the right here. Yeah, I mean, it seems to have sponsorships on the right there. And the left side is more for color, but maybe a little bit of sponsorship, maybe even the same amount. So the right side seems to mostly be lacking in color compared to the left side. Interestingly. Offset red stripe. Seems to go back to a really simple stripe kind of one here. 10F graffiti. Just simple 10F like logos on the side. Appears. White 10F stripe. Pretty simple stripe with like 10F on it at the bottoms there. Same with black. And then team we win. Striping in the middle. And like livery stuff on the side. I feel there's a lot of simple liveries on this one. I feel there's not too many like super detailed ones. I feel on this vehicle. Me, I like the crazy, like complex liveries typically. But yeah, for those that like more simplistic liveries, this might be a pretty good vehicle here for that. I'm not hating on like simple liveries, I just like the more complex ones. By the way, I'm not like hating on people like that kind of thing. I understand it. I might go back to the Jackal racing to be honest. I like that one a lot. Yeah, I think that was what was on it initially. I think it's definitely one of the more detailed ones on there. But I'm pretty sure that's actually what it had when I bought it at Luxury Autos or something that one time. So I'm not a big fan of the last one at the bottom here, since it doesn't cover much of the car, I feel. With as much color as I would like it to have. I am gonna go with that Jackal Racing. Fortunately, I had to buy it again since the conversion removes the livery, apparently. So I had to pay for the livery that I initially had from buying from Luxury Autos, which is stupid. I don't understand why it has to remove the livery. Like, if it's not on the version, then... Like, if the livery's not on regular and the Benny's version, remove it, obviously, but... If it still has the livery, then keep it on, man. Come on. Or at least give the option to start or something. Alright, mirrors. Primary carbon forge. That's for stock. There's primary carbon and forge. Primary concept mirrors. Whoa. That's some super small, futuristic ass looking mirror shit in there. Oh, shit. Okay, stock might be secondary to start since the stock does not have a secondary option, but yeah. Concept mirrors is secondary, but the Ever doesn't, so I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be secondary, and it's the stock version. But yeah, primary concept mirrors, secondary, carbon, and forge concept. Probably won't see too much forge on it with how tiny it is, but it's still... I'm going that one, I'm gonna go with the rest of the forge. seems if you remove, like, parts of the vehicle to show the exhaust, you do not get the license plate, which makes sense. If you do not show the exhaust, like, completely naked, then maybe you get the license plate. So if you want the license plate for some reason, you might not want to do that. I wonder if the trim color affects the headlights, actually. I kinda wanna see. Okay, no, it does not, it looks like. I think the headlights were called, like, rim headlights, if I remember from earlier, but no, it does not necessarily affect that, no. Okay. So the one from Luxury Autos, whatever, had, like, metallic orange. But yeah. The build from Luxury Autos, whatever, has, like, metallic orange, so I might go metallic for secondary as well if it's not already. I think I'll keep the metallic orange, to be honest. Cause I might make it like fox themed or something. Just a jackal racing thing there, and with like the head there, it definitely reminds me of like a fox and like a wolf kind of thing and whatnot. So I think orange works pretty well with the jackal racing. Definitely. Okay, let's just be classic black on secondary. And yeah, I don't usually do metallic color, but because it has a metallic color to start on like the primary, I figure I'll do secondary metallic as well. Because when you do metallic, you get the pearlescent as well, I believe. And yeah, black would be pretty good actually for like a Halloween themed vehicle, and I feel I've done plenty of those, and it's like November when this released now, so it's probably a very overdone thing for me so far, I feel, for the DLC. So I might change it up here. Okay, I'm not sure if it's much that's changing, but yeah. Might all depend on your modifications. You might need like that secondary color. Oh yeah, the bumper thing there is secondary, right? So it might mean look at that on the siding. I don't know, I might go like colors of like fire and stuff. How that's like orange, I might go like red or something. But yeah, I might go basic yellow or basic red, because the metallic primary to start was basic orange. So I kind of want to keep it like basic kind of fiery colors or something. I think is the theme I'll go for. I'm just trying to look at the other options, if I can think of another like kind of theme I want to do or something. Alright, yeah. Either like a Halloweenish thing with like either like Halloween theme, even though I think I've already done that with criminal enterprise vehicles already, obviously. Or yeah, like a fire theme with like simple like metallic, like yellow, orange, red, and whatnot. So either red or yellow. I feel like yellow is a pretty far-fetched color for like a fox or something. Orange and red. Orange and red are more like fox-like colors, kind of, I feel, than yellow, definitely. So I think for sure. Maybe I'll go yellow on a different color, but not secondary per se, with the build idea I have here. So yeah, I'll do red secondary metallic. Let's go with the orange metallic primary. Okay, pearlescent's a gold, okay, so the pearlescent was gold, apparently on the one from like luxury autos or something. But the gold was pretty nice with the orange. Which again was that default like primary. So I'm not gonna change it out on her with that there already. Might go a trim yellow then. Since yeah, gold's kind of closest to yellow, I feel, between yellow, orange, and red. I feel gold's definitely closest to yellow, so that gives me excuse to do some yellow here. Yeah, I was sticking to the simple ones, so I'm doing regular yellow. And yeah, by out of place, like crew emblem for like 95% of vehicles in the game, probably, at least, but that's my crew emblem, so I'm doing it. Just to use it. Okay, light color. It's gold on the trim, so I might do like a bronze then. I think that's the next closest thing to gold, so bronze, I guess, for light color. Because of the gold pearlescent. Alright, bronze. Okay, I typically do my like neon color and stuff off of the secondary, so I do red. And that means I'll do red on the colored lights as well. When I go over to Carmi, okay, roof. Okay, roof ends. On primary carbon forward. Can't really see much detail on those though, because it seems that livery overrides it though. So keep that in mind with certain livery options at least. Primary carbon forged race fins. And GT aerial. I feel the 10 is kind of weird compared to the roof ends, but I'm still gonna do it, why not? Just because it's the bottom option, and I don't really care too much on a little roof like accessory thing like that. And the roof itself. Stock roof. Full carbon, full forged carbon. Carbon roof, forged carbon roof. Inset, carbon forged inset. Ridgeline, carbon forged carbon roof line, or whatever I assume. Ridgeline, carbon ridgeline, forward carbon ridgeline. Okay, yeah, that's what I expected. So typical free options for each typical year. And yeah, won't really necessarily be able to see the Forge too much depending on your livery, it looks like, but I'm still gonna go to Forge. But actually kind of has a nice pattern actually with the livery, it looks like, for Jackal Racing on this. Looks a bit shiny with Jackal Racing, I feel, on top of there. Right, side panel, stock side panel, primary and secondary carbon, Forge as well actually. There's like 5 versions of stock or something, it looks like. There's something. Stock looks to be carbon, I feel. Or wait, okay, I don't know actually. Might just be like black or something. For stock there. And yeah, primary ridge. Secondary ridge. Seems to make them pop up a bit more. That's cool. And primary ridge, secondary, carbon forge. Oh yeah, I'm doing the forge ridged. Let's go. Alright, stock skirt. Alright. So that's for stock, there's carbon and then secondary carbon. Forge skirts. It's 2 of those, it looks like. Forge secondary forge. Carbon wing skirt with a secondary option. Forged wing skirt with secondary option. Carbon super skirt, secondary option. Forged super skirt with secondary option. Carbon GT skirt with secondary option, and then finally, Forged GT skirt and secondary option. I feel it's a bit hard to see some of that, to be honest. But I feel the secondary helps make it more impactful, like way more impactful, so that's nice. With my red secondary.
Don't she look pretty?
But yeah, I'm definitely doing the secondary Forge GT skirt. Red spoiler. But yeah. I'm not sure if it's a key effect in Nero and the Nero custom, or if you turn it to custom, it actually loses the active spoiler. Keep that in mind. Pretty sure the regular 10F has an active spoiler, but when you convert it, it could lose it. If it's anything like the Nero to the Nero custom. I actually do want to check that out, actually, see if it's still there. Alright, yeah, looks like you still get it on this one, unlike the Nero to Nero custom when you lose it entirely. I think that was more because it was an older vehicle and they didn't really do that kind of thing back then with the, like, thing like that. Because you couldn't have, like, active and, like, non-active spoiler at the same time on older vehicles, I think. Might have started changing with, like, Los Santos tuners of, like, the Comet S2 with the, like, regular Comet S2 might have been where it, like, changed up or something. Where you could do, like, both at the same time. Wait, 30 spoiler options, hot damn. But yeah, it says none. But yeah, it says none, but you get active spoiler. But you do actually need to do like a none option to get that traction bonus. Cannot see the traction bonus because the like thing is like completely full. Though I don't know, according to Breathly 142, even though it has spoilers, you might not get a traction bonus from it. It might be a thing with certain vehicles like that. But just to be safe, I would probably go for one of these like other 29 options if there is a traction bonus, because that would help in like a race or something. Get a carbon spoiler, Ford spoiler. Seems to basically just be your active spoiler, but different options or something on top. So maybe doing like the later ones actually removes the active. Maybe you don't get both at the same time, possibly. So maybe you need to be within these 3 to get the active spoiler. And again, you might want to do carbon and forge just in case for a possible traction bonus. Yeah, primary, primary carbon forge ducktail. Primary carbon forge flat ducktail. Primary carbon forge on the full ducktail. Primary extreme ducktail. Carbon forge. Primary super ducktail. Carbon forge. It got a bit laggy there apparently for some reason. Not sure why. I feel it's been something since the Criminal Enterprise came out. It gets laggy sometimes. And the mod shop. In the mod shop soon. Primary street spoiler. Carbon. Jesus Christ, bro. Forge. Primary aftermarket spoiler. Probably happen again, isn't it? Carbon. And forged. And when you go to the new option, it gets normal speed in, of course. Carbon race spoiler, forge race spoiler. It seems to go to 2 options now. It's looking like. So no like primary option anymore, it looks like. Carbon Excel wing, Forge Excel wing, and then finally Carbon Aggressor wing and Forge Aggressor wing. Ooh, I like how that one kind of touches the glass and stuff, so I'm definitely doing the Forged Aggressor wing then.
Tight. That's tight.
And then depending on your livery, you'll add like stuff on it too. Right, Sunstrip, Primary Fukaru, Negative Fukaru, Monmok, Negative Monmok, Power Metal, Negative Power Metal. Looks like just your typical options pretty much. It could possibly be named slightly different than on other vehicles, but it's pretty much just your typical like Sunstrip options on Criminal Enterprise DLC vehicles. I would say here. Let's do negative power metal here. Feel being Benny's, it should have more sunstrips, but whatever. Okay. It seems seems just a little tiny bit of camber effect on the wheels when you do the lowest suspension. And yeah, from what I've heard, there's actually like a racing benefit apparently when the like wheels camber like that or whatever. So you might want to be doing the lowest suspension option since the wheel does have a little bit of a camber effect, which apparently does impact performance from what I've heard. Okay, but yeah, that's the difference from top to bottom.
She on springs.
Nice transmission. Turbo.
Got your turbo.
Wheels. Sport car, so those sport rims. And you have to obey 10F wide body sport class. I'm gonna go to Super 5 here, because F has in 10F there. So do Super 5 because of the F, I guess. Why not? Got some tires. Bulletproof tires.
Including those.
And I did red secondary, so I'll do the red tire smoke. And that's the vehicle. Size for colored headlights. Wait, ooh. The tinted headlight actually looks a little bit interesting, actually. Maybe the... I do actually kind of want to check that real quick, actually. I want to see if that, like, what's the window tint affect the headlights? Oh yeah, okay, that's what that does. I don't think vehicles typically have that, but yeah, that's what that does apparently. For the tintable lights. That's pretty cool. Don't think vehicles typically have that feature.
It's here to hang out.
Yeah. But yeah. First light seems to happen on top, then a bright light seems to be below it. Okay. Cool. So it does have a slightly unique, like, bright light, kind of. Because some vehicles it's just the same light but brighter, but so, yeah, there's two separate things for bright light. Oh, you can get the activate the like you do get the active and the added spoiler at the same time, like as I would have expected with these newer DLC vehicles. That's what they typically do with the newer ones for these newer DLC vehicles, so I figured it would work on that. But yeah, state place top speed, that one pretty nice. As I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, basically.
Nice car.
That's the ending rev there. But yeah, did right off sync for 7 areas, so red lights. Came out where the hood and roof setting at the bottom in this area, and it's weird. Because it's Benny's vehicle, it kind of acts different because you can't technically do all the Benny's modifications here. But yeah, sometimes there's wheel glitches, so I'm just gonna make sure real quick nothing changed. Sometimes it will remove the tire smoke if you're in certain sections. I think that's a glitch in the game, unfortunately. Yeah, custom, I can see that stuff there, that's right. Right, good. But yeah, I'll show the vehicle off a little bit in the test track here for a time trial. Just to show it a little bit. But yeah. As I mentioned earlier, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it was like 14th place lap time, 8th place top speed. So yeah, outside of top 10 for lap time, so do not necessarily expect much in there, which is cornering and stuff. So if it's not the greatest at cornering, that's why. But yeah, number 8 top speed is definitely like okay to decent at best, I would say. There's obviously quite several better options. We just having quite several better options, maybe more like few in like the 8th gen or something, but still make even several there. But yeah, what I have not mentioned yet is the comparison between the 10F and the 10F wide body performance wise. I didn't mention them like compared at least. But yeah, regular 10F, pretty sure the regular 10F was 16 from what I watched on definitely one of the recent videos, so that means it's 2 placements better a lap time if you turn it to Benny's. And yeah, apparently it was like 12th place top speed for a regular one, so turning it from Benny's from the regular actually puts it within top 10 for that top speed, so performance-wise, it is definitely worth the performance, like, conversion and everything. I think it's definitely more of a difference than the, like, Briosa 300. So, like, the Briosa 300 wide body, I think it's definitely more of a difference than that was when that released. So, definitely worth the performance upgrades that you can get within the top 10 in the top speed for the sport class. Besides for obviously better customizations and all that. But it did like a little over a minute. Not necessarily too impressive, but then again, I am talking to a DualSense commentating while I'm driving it and whatnot, so maybe that affects me, like, doing good with it and whatnot. Oh yeah, I didn't recall this girl, but whatever. Probably gonna take me a couple of minutes and stuff to mention other stuff here for the event, since I'm pretty much done showing the actual content that came out. But yeah, that was pretty much it, I think, for new content, just new vehicles. So that's pretty much it from that regard for the stream. But yeah, I pretty much already mentioned how good the Diamond Casino Heist is, I would say. It's definitely probably your best bet for making money, I would say, in this event. Even though it's 1.5, I do feel it's definitely probably better for making money than the Amino Labs raid. Okay. Since I'm on the title of it right now for Newswire, I guess I'll show this community jobs that are new here. We had nothing new for racing this time, because I was like the last couple like community things. But yeah, there is 3 death matches apparently here. That is that's WE Musket Island, and yeah. From what I read on the Newswire, apparently, like, it's a deathmatch where everyone's using, like, muskets, so it's crucial to land your, like, shots and whatnot, because of the long, like, reloading and everything. Okay. Wait, what? Team Kim Hill, but yeah, there's Kim Hill over there, okay. Not sure why they consider it part of deathmatch and Kim Hill, but okay. I'm not sure why it's in deathmatch as well, but Mirror Weaver Docks there. Might not be as unique and interesting as this one, but yeah. UL Blood Force, oh shit. They weren't kidding when it said like low visibility and stuff apparently on that one on the Newswire. At least according to the thumbnail, it looks pretty crazy. Looks like I'm seeing assault rifles on the thumbnail there. Okay, and then Oxium Standing's pretty much the rest of it, since this one was already on deathmatch. Yeah. Cabmageddon. It's probably kinda similar to like that one like mission from like Grand Theft Auto Vice City, just like the Carmageddon like mission in Grand Theft Auto Vice City, where you're going against those like cabs and whatnot, and you're trying not to get destroyed and whatnot. It's kinda similar to something like that, I feel. It looks pretty fun, there's like a hole and stuff. But yeah. Runners versus snipers. Okay, so they actually featured one of those like snipers versus blank kind of modes, kind of. But yeah, runner versus sniper seems pretty fun. I like the sniper versus blink modes. Like sure, they're like kind of low effort things that can kind of be thought of pretty easily if you just insert something not blink there, but some of the funnest modes in the game, I feel. So I don't mind it personally, even if it's probably hell overdone. And then Wet and Wild RBI. Last time standing with RPGs and Insurgents, apparently. Race the platform to pick up RPGs. Okay, so I've played a pretty... But yeah. I've played a mode kind of similar to Snipers versus Runners here. I think it's like Rockets versus Insurgents. It reminds me of that, but it looks like you have to race to the platform as the other team to get those RPGs, and you don't start with them, or you're not on a platform that has like instant access to it or something. Seems like a pretty interesting twist to like Rockets versus Insurgents that I've played like years back or something on this game. Like off stream and whatnot. Sounds pretty fun. But yeah, last team standings I think are definitely the funnest of those. As I think I mentioned earlier, last team standings is kind of like the most popular one for like the gamers to make these fun modes with. But yeah, the creative like community is pretty fun with making this stuff. But yeah, all of it requires 2 players, unfortunately. And yeah, currently I'm suffering through a glitch in this game, unfortunately, where like, if you're in an invite-only lobby, you cannot invite other players. Which is a weird glitch. It's some like inviting glitch I have where I cannot invite other players. Not sure why that's the case, but yeah, it wasn't always like that for me on the 9th gen. Just some point during like 9th gen, in the like first couple months and stuff, it started for me where I just cannot invite people. So unfortunately, I probably will not be showing it off. I might try to show one off, but yeah, I don't feel like going in a public lobby, so if it doesn't work, then it is what it is. Or maybe I'll go public lobby, show one off at least. Whatever one I most want to play, maybe. Yeah, they need to fix that inviting bug. No, it's really irritating though. Having to go to the public lobby. And when you do go to a public lobby, it only invites people from the public lobby, from what I have experienced as well, if you have like an inviting glitch kind of thing. Pretty irritating glitch, but yeah. Oh yeah. And the start's supposed to be 2 times as well already. I wasn't paying too much attention, yeah. Yeah. But I think the last time they added some, they said that, like, not all of them were going to be 2 times, just the new ones, but yeah, I think last time when they did more, like, stunt races and races, I think every single one of them was on money. But no, this time you only get to do the 6 new ones for double money. But yeah, they're pretty much more of modes of fun. You don't really want to be playing them for serious money. They're not really for serious money, especially when there's heist stuff going on right now, so don't really want you to give any recommendations besides for what I already did, basically. I'm trying to see what I can talk about here next. Alright, I'll go over another money opportunity here. It's kind of one I was already on, like some of those like phone notification things. And that'll be in races, and that'll be the open wheel races. And you know, it's all open wheel, it's all about like hyphen, like their unique name and everything. For the Rockstar created ones here. But again, mostly mode of fun.
Hey, that's a clean ass whip. I'ma give you a hand. Yeah, my family had a poppin' last week. Word. I will fuck you up, motherfucker. Fuck you, bitch. You pussy. Oh, hell no. Fuck, man. I can't stomach these young. We got nowhere to go. Punk ass bastard. Hey, brother.
But yeah, I'm doing that time trial now. And somebody got in my way suddenly, because for one time in my life, Big Brother got actually fucking went to sleep early. For once. So...
Some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up. I'll bring it to you.
God, that's fun far away with the phone. Can't even put on these fucking dirt roads and shit. MC President might have been able to do that, but I want to go MC President. Because I don't want to risk those 30,000 business fees. Or I think with Criminal Enterprise lowering it makes more like 20k business fees now, but it's quite a ridiculous amount for businesses that really even use. Besides for nightclub technically, but yeah. And yeah, my crossing cheating was that low because of ammo bugs of like death matches in this game. Fucking ammo bug apparently happened when I just like exited a fucking game mode or some shit happened. What the fucking 9-year-old has code in this game? So I think like over here would definitely be the time to get off from the train track strategy I mentioned earlier. Damn it. That's stuck there, bro. Try to fucking guess. Alright, smoked that time there with the train track strategy. Even with taking 15 seconds to get there, which might be longer than usual. Because mine had a different path than usual, I forget. Okay, again, open wheel races. Especially this event where there's like heist stuff going on, I've seen nothing be going on worth it. And yeah, RAE again is like the worst option you can do for the RAE on that 25% discount. And then the PR4 is like second place for its best like mid downforce setup build. So neither the ones on discount are gonna be your like number one option. Going back to the spreadsheet here for a second from Roughly 142. But yeah, number one option for S tier for the open wheel class according to Roughly 142 is the BR8. BR8 on a mid downforce setup. And that will be number 1 lap time, and then that will be 4th place top speed. So yeah, kind of your best option is BRE on mid downforce setup. At least when it comes to cornering. But yeah, you might be able to make like $25,000 like solo for like an 8 to 10 minute race. For that max payout on a race, I think. So solo you might be able to make like 25,000 every like 8 to 10 minutes. Nothing like crazy doing it solo. And obviously doing with players is competition, so I'm not gonna really go into that too much. Probably like around 100,000 or something at most, I assume, for like a first place in a really competitive race or something. Alright, next up will be contact missions. And yeah, that will be any of Gerald's contact missions. And yeah, I believe Mash and Grab here is the only 2-player Gerald mission, like minimal player requirement. So anything that's asked for Mash and Grab on 2 times here should be able to be done solo. This is the one Gerald mission that cannot be done solo, I'm pretty sure. It requires that second player. Gerald missions also include Deal Breaker, Death Metal, Dish to Dirt, Foot and Nose River, Grass Stuff, or Gas Stuff, I mean. Hard Labor, Hit 'em Up, and yeah. That's a lowrider mission, even though it features Gerald. It's not a Gerald mission, so therefore will not be on it 2 times. It's a lowrider mission. And yeah, Gerald has a whole set of missions known as Last Play, which is probably some of your best options here. Talk more about those later. Especially Left Up, a Bronca, Peer Pressure, Fallen Duck, War and Pieces, and that was it apparently. So that should show each of the like more regular missions that Gerald has on Money Opportunity. But yeah, Gerald typically is not that great of a contact, even with Last Play, kind of. I feel there's definitely better options. Even as the newest ones don't, I feel, pay as great as like the Repo Works and like the Repo Works and like dispatch missions, dispatch services. But yeah. Let's play Bad Companies. Let's play Bad Companies is a pretty good one for these Osprey missions. I don't feel it's all that bad. The only annoying part is having to go into like construction site to kill one of them, I feel. But that's the worst it gets, if I recall. Yeah, deal with it. This one's not necessarily all that bad either, if I recall. Don't think it's one of the worst of them. This one can be pretty alright. end product. End product is the last of these because there's kind of a little bit of a storyline with it. But yeah, end product, you pretty much want to be in like an armored vehicle or something, so. But yeah. There's a lot of enemies to deal with, so you're likely to get shot like crazy, so you want to be in something like armored or something. But yeah. I feel it's more difficult than it's worth. I feel this is one of the two most worth skipping out on. Fast pedaling is pretty cool. It lets you go into like different like business interiors, which is pretty cool. It's not that bad of one either, from what I recall. This one is definitely one of the worst ones, I would say. I would say it's the worst one. Because you have to find a bunch of impotent rage statues. But yeah. The impotent rage statues, there's like a couple different possible like sets of locations for them, if I recall. So it's not really all that fun, because you gotta kind of look up like the different locations. Because good luck finding all of them without like any help on like the internet or something. Definitely using the internet to find the different like locations, depending on like the set of locations you get, is definitely the best way, aside for memory, that is. So because of the mechanic where you can get different impotent rage like statue locations, I feel this is like one of the worst, if not like the worst contact mission in the entire game. Not gonna lie. Definitely not too worth the time and money, I feel. Let's play make ends meet. Has you go into like one like meat like butcher area from like story mode. It's a pretty fun one. I think it's the first of the 6 if I recall as well, so it's technically the starting mission. It's a pretty alright one. If there's 2 to avoid for sure on Let's Play, it's definitely end product and go figure. I think they're the 2 worst ones. Any of the other 4 I do recommend though, and probably some of your best options. Being the newest year-old missions and everything. And therefore might have like more like 22 standard payouts kind of. But yeah. The most you'll probably make on like one mission is probably around like 50,000 at most, I would say. At like the high end on one mission. And that's if you take like full 15, like 16 minutes or whatever. So it's obviously not going to compare to the heists. But I would definitely say it's better in the racing and in the community like jobs as well. So I think it's one of the better ones minus the heists. And 2 times money RP, hardest target. That's an adversary mode. And from my finding, they actually added it for the month of July. But yeah, hardest target, I think they added it for the month of July for the normal versions, not the interior ones. And there's some interior versions actually as well, it looks like. So there's a diamond hardest target. So there's a version in the Diamond Casino, and that's pretty interesting. But that one's permanently in the game, so there's no rush to really play that one pretty much. So I wouldn't really recommend that map too much, because it's not as like limited time. Hardest target 1 for 7. These are not normally permanently in the game. I think they're just for the month of November before they end up vaulting them again. So if you want to play more limited time mode, definitely kind of worth playing in it. Otherwise, definitely a pass, because adversary mode won't be as good as like the contact missions, I would say, in terms of replayability. So I feel it's definitely one of the weaker money opportunities this time. And yeah, missile base also is hard to target, just like the casino. Only interior without hardest target it seems to be bunker. Bunker does not have hardest target, it seems. But again, like the casino, the missile base is always available though, so I wouldn't go with missile base just because it's permanently available in the game pretty much, whereas the outside maps are not. So the outside maps for their more limited time is my recommendation. And yeah, it's like a team deathmatch or something with like emphasis on like one target per team. So one target like per team is like priority, like they're more of a target than the rest or something. So it's kind of a team deathmatch with a little spin basically, it seems. And yeah, probably make a couple $100,000 at most if you have like the maximum round. If you have the maximum amount of rounds and you win all of them, you probably make like a couple $100,000 at most. So yeah, not gonna really necessarily be that good compared to heisting. And yeah, pretty much just have discounts left now that have not been talked about. And then HSW Town Trial will still probably do that. But yeah. Arcades. Arcades are 30% off. So that's pretty much different prices for each. Cheapest one right now, 1,235,000 to 864,500 now. So the cheapest one you get around like 400,000 savings. This one might be the most expensive. I do not have the most expensive because this one's actually closer to the casino though, so that's why I have this one. But yeah, most expensive around 800,000 savings of 30% off. But yeah, arcade is 30% off, and you need the arcade to do the Diamond Casino heist. So it's fitting off the heist, so I highly recommend it for Diamond Casino heist alone. And yeah, arcade upgrades, modifications, 30% off. So yeah, style, mural, for young art. Is there just cosmetics there? But yeah, personal quarters. Personal quarters, as per usual. Personal quarters, as per usual, will allow you to spawn in the property. So if you want to spawn there, that's where you. Fun. What even was that though? But yeah, personal quarters, as per usual, allows you to spawn in the property. But yeah, it's not a very top tier like property to spawn in though. It'll give you the most convenience for like doing more of your like heist stuff every time you go into another lobby. But yeah, you do not get access to air vehicles, which I feel is key for a good like spawning property now. So it's definitely not the top couple to few like spawn locations I feel in the game, definitely not. but still a very nice one to have for Don Casino heisting. So definitely recommend personal quarters. High score screen. That one's like a more detailed cosmetic whatever. And yeah, 10-car garage. This recommendation here. Jesus Christ. Oh. Some random honking shit. What the fuck? But yeah. The upgrades and modifications also include the master control terminal, it looks like, according to the screenshot. Probably also includes like the nano drone. Maybe includes arcade machines as well, but I would have to go inside to check those, so I'm not going to. But yeah, master control terminal is definitely pretty nice. Being able to being able to buy supplies for your different MC businesses and stuff all in like one location, definitely pretty nice. It's the absolute best property for like buying supplies for MC businesses and bunker and everything. So that's some very nice utility. So actually, I kind of take it back. The personal quarters is better than I thought, actually. I forgot about that. It is because of master control terminal, you can actually buy supplies for your businesses and stuff. So it's a very nice spawn location, actually, for that alone. I would definitely say maybe a top 10 spawn location, I would say. Maybe not top 3, top 5, but definitely a top 10 spawn location, I feel, because of the master control terminal, for buying supplies for different businesses. So it lets you be absolutely productive in the game. The master control terminal is definitely my highest recommendation for like an upgrade you can do at the actual arcade, not on the website. But yeah, maybe upgrades and modifications also includes like the arcade machines and like nano drone and stuff. Perhaps. Sometimes they do some things, other times they don't. It's kind of weird. So I just check around just to make sure. And then there's another one as well, actually. At the Diamond Casino, the penthouse. No renovations, I think it's just the base property this time. Alright, yeah. But yeah, 30% off the basic casino penthouse. So you're not getting any of the renovations this time. Just 30% off the casino penthouse, because it's also related to the casino, just like the arcade with heist and whatnot. I think the casino penthouse, like the main thing you get with it though for money making is just like casino story missions, which is a pretty nice set of missions. You can make a good bit of money your first time through playing them, at least as a host. They're like 2-player missions for each one now. So those require some cooperation with like a friend or a random or something, but you can make some pretty nice money the first time through with like the awards for the different like casino story missions. Besides for that, the casino penthouse is mainly just like a area to hang out in. There's probably like helicopter services and stuff you can get there and stuff if I recall those. So it could be an alright like spawning location, maybe a top 10, maybe a top 10 spawn location. But the biggest thing it's going for is just more garage space, I would say. for like these renovations and whatnot. And then if you can do it in your like region and whatnot, a private dealer for those that can actually do that in their area. Since it depends on where you live, if you can do it or not, apparently. Those are definitely the best couple things that it has to offer. So the property itself is not that useful though. Besides for garage space, pretty much. Though I think it does give you access to those casino storage missions, which you have for some fruit that can make you like over a million with the awards, and then you get like the exclusive armored car as well, which is nice. That Paragon armor. So there's a couple of nice things. Nowhere near the best property though. That's a slight recommendation, but not as much as the arcade. And then yeah, Scope Night Vision is 30% off. I'll say it again with like a thing on here. But yeah. Scope Night Vision is 30% off. Figured I'll show like night vision thing on there while staying in that time. And yeah, I think Scope Night Vision debuted with like that Casino Heist, so it's basically the that Casino Heist stuff that allows night vision. Yeah, night vision can be nice in very certain circumstances. It's a very niche thing to use. It's not going to be the most beneficial thing, but it does something nice for clothing. And then the rest of the discounts are vehicles. Some have already been talked about now, obviously. So I'm going to be talking about ones I have yet to do. Okay, looks like I have 5 discounts left here. Okay, I think I see one for Severn so far. Legendary, Never Severn, Warstock, 2 Warstock, 2 Severn, and 1 Legendary, I think. Okay, Legendary shows up first here, so I'm doing Legendary first then. But yeah, and I think I said only 1 on that site. So that should just be the Albany Vista, I believe here. I think it's a Diamond Casino Heist, like sport car or something. 2-door. Oh wait, yeah, that might be a 4-door. Alright, yeah, Albany Vista right here. And yeah, I've look on Bruffy 142 spreadsheet again for performance. But yeah, the Albany Vista instead of like 1,285,000 on discount for 30% off will be 99,500, around 400,000 savings. And yeah, Coin Bruffy 142 spreadsheet is at best a C tier sport car, which makes it 30th place lap time, and 9th place top speed. And yeah, that 9th place top speed is even like 7th place, I think, in like 8th gen, because I know HSW. So yeah, you're getting top 10 top speed, which is pretty okay to decent at best on the Visa here. So this thing could have some pretty nice top speed still. So it could be kind of a worthwhile pickup here. So that's a slight recommendation. Nowhere near the best discount, I would say this event. Wonders things like the JB700W on discount, but definitely a pretty okay one still. And yeah, I think next two will be on more stock. And for those, we'll talk weapon capabilities and whatnot. And yeah, those would be Diamond Casino Heist related as well. So basically, every weaponized vehicle from Diamond Casino Heist is on a discount. So every weaponized vehicle in Diamond Casino Heist DLC is on discount here. Alright. I'll start with the Zaba from top to bottom here. But yeah. I do have a reviewing guide on both the Zaba and the Persuade Tank and actually also JB700W, but yeah. Instead of 1.8, we'll get Zaba for $1,170,000 on a trade price. This one definitely has a trade price because it is in the Diamond Casino Heist. You can actually use it as a getaway vehicle. For a getaway vehicle, I do not recommend it though. It's a pretty slow vehicle. But yeah. I have to see the discount here. It is a 35% off discount. And it's an armored vehicle, essentially. No weapons at all, it's just armored, and then it floats on water and it has bullet-resistant glass. So because there's no mounted weaponry on it, it's not that great of a money-making vehicle at all, I would say. It's only useful for like aquatic activities, I would say. And even then, you could use something like the Sea Sparrow that can land on water as a helicopter that has mounted missiles on it. And that's significantly better than the Zaba here. So yeah, the Zaba is pretty trash in terms of usefulness. Might be able to take like 16 homing missiles, which is pretty good explosive resistance. Nowhere near the best per se, but still pretty good and respectable. Though it is actually pretty lightweight though, so it will actually bounce around a lot when it gets hit by a missile, I'm pretty sure. So do keep that in mind though, but it is still pretty nice explosive resistance. If you're in a chaotic free mode lobby for any reason. Which I don't know why it would be much anymore with invite-only sale missions and all, but yeah. And then bullet-resistant glass. Pretty standard thing, it lets you take like 16 like pistol rounds and stuff like that. It's not that much bullet protection, but still something at least. Definitely one of the more unique features. Besides for all the armors, plating, and then being amphibious. But yeah. Not very useful at all though for money making. Just for armor and stuff alone though, I recommend it though. Oh, and it is 4-seater, which is nice. It's the most seating capacity of Ace-3, so that's definitely very nice. Yeah, no real reason to use it much now. And yeah, this was that test track. So yeah, then on to Invade and Persuade Tank. Gotta see the percentage. 40% off on that one. So instead of being 2,275,000, that'll be 1,365,000. Which I think is like $910,000 in savings. That's definitely pretty nice. But yeah. Problem is, this vehicle was a free vehicle at one point, so you literally could have got this vehicle for free at one point. So paying anything at all is kind of a ripoff, given that this vehicle was a free vehicle at one point. And yeah, even if you get it, it's not a good vehicle at all, I would say, for money making. You have to glitch the interaction menu so you can actually use it in a like remote controlled vehicle to even make money with this vehicle, which is really weird. But yeah, there is no money making ability on this vehicle whatsoever, pretty much. Unless you manage to glitch the interaction menu open, which there might still be ways to do that in an RC vehicle. so you can do like VIP works and stuff with it. Even then, it's pretty limited with what it can do in a VIP work, so even then, it might still struggle with that. The most useful thing I could think of would maybe be like executive search and stuff like that with like the Invade Persuade tank if you do manage to switch the interaction menu open. But that'd be kind of scummy possibly because people might not be able to see you being an RC vehicle. That could be considered a huge like, glitch or something, but you have to glitch just to make money with the vehicle. It's kind of sad. It's not even an alternative like option to the RC Bandito time trials. It would be cool if we could use it there at least. But nope. No legitimate money making. Any other weapons? There's the regular machine gun that comes stock. Obviously, you don't want to be using the stock weapon. Stock weapon's typically pretty trash. There's a flamethrower on it, but it's such short range. The range is so short on it, though, it's not really that good. If you want to use a flamethrower, just use the Cerberus, which pretty much has to have flamethrowers and is better pretty much in any way. There's a rocket launcher. But yeah, because it's an RC vehicle, they didn't want the rocket launcher instantly destroying vehicles, so it takes like 2 rockets to destroy like a civilian vehicle. Which makes the plasma cannon, which is like the machine gun, like stock machine gun upgrade, the best weapon. Because it's a fast rate of fire version of the machine gun, basically. So that's basically the best weapon you can use for it. But yeah. Pretty much no money making whatsoever though, so kinda kills the potential of this vehicle. But yeah. Has its own like storage space though. I don't think you can see it in like your arcade or anything. I assume it goes to your arcade, but I don't think you can like see it anywhere. So you don't really need to even buy like a vehicle storage for it, which is kind of nice. You might as well buy one then, if you don't have one. It's still a weaponized vehicle at the end of the day, just not able to make any money whatsoever, basically now. And yeah, Rust is not on discount, I'm pretty sure it's glitched up at the moment. It says $0, and it's kind of a glitched up discount. And yeah, there should be 2 left on here to talk about, and those would be more civilian vehicles. Now we do Lightning Mark II and Drift Yosemite. Alright, they're both next to each other, and as you would expect it from Diamond Casino Heist. And yeah, I think both of these can be used as like getaway vehicles if you want to get those like trade prices at the lower those prices. You just gotta do like getaway vehicle. You select them as a getaway vehicle. You do not have to use them as getaway vehicle, nor do I recommend using them as getaway vehicle. You do not want to really use the getaway vehicles on the heist. You just want to select them and you can still get the trade price anyways. Oh, and that apparently goes for the Kanjo here as well. You can use them. You can select this getaway vehicle for a trade price. But yeah, the Drift Yosemite is in the muscle class here. But it's not as good as the regular Yosemite, I recall. So don't expect any good performance here. But yeah, according to Bruffy1322, the Drift Yosemite is a C tier muscle car. So that's just 9th place at lap time, but that's with contract DLC, not with Criminal Enterprise though, so I for sure want to say that it is no longer probably within top 10 for lap time. So it's probably at least like 11th place lap time now. And then yeah, it's like 44th at best for top speed. So yeah. It's probably for sure out of top 10 now with all the muscle cars and Criminal Enterprise now, so performance-wise, it's definitely not worth getting anymore. But yeah. Something they did do with Criminal Enterprise, though, is they actually allow you to get the low grip tires now. But yeah, as of Criminal Enterprises now, you can actually get the low grip tires on pretty much any vehicle that can go into Ellis car meet now. So yeah, the actual vehicle isn't much of a drifter without low grip tires from like Tuner's update, but yeah. You can actually put the low grip tires from the Santos Tuner's update on the vehicle now as of the latest DLC. And that will turn it into a true drifter, so there's that at least going for it. That's probably the best usage I can think of for him, to be honest, and it's probably out of top 10 everywhere now, as I mentioned. And then Vapid Lightning Mark II. Just are the different amounts on screen there, in terms of what you're saving and everything. And that should be Sport Classic, I believe it's classed as. And it should also be the last discount talked about here. But yeah. Lightning Mark II. At best is the A tier Sport Classic vehicle according to Brevity 152 spreadsheet. And at best that would be a 6th place lap time. And then it will also be at best like 9th place top speed. So both lap time and top speed are actually within like top 10. Because of Sterling GT HSW, I think that puts it outside of the like top 5 or 9th gen. So it's pretty much a top 10 vehicle now for lap time top speed. So it's okay to decent at best. You can definitely still get some nice usage here. So yeah, definitely an okay recommendation here. So yeah, there's definitely quite a couple of few vehicles that can be quite nice. But yeah, want to make sure every vehicle has been talked about for discounts before I do the HSW town trial, and then I'll pretty much end off there since the stream's 3 hours now. And yeah, I would maybe do Humane Labs raid on the like stream, but yeah, I think there's inviting issues in the game for me still, as I mentioned earlier. The game just does not invite people for me for some reason, and it invite only. So I have to go in public lobby, and it pretty much only invites people in the current public lobby for some reason, because of this stupid inviting glitch in the game right now. There's a multi-platform thing as well, not just PS5. I think I hear it's like an all-platform thing that can happen. It's very annoying, unfortunate glitch. So I'll try to see if I can do it. I guess I'll try to see if I can do a community job or something. Maybe I'll do one, I don't know. Maybe I'll try to do one. The public lobby.
Something, huh? One of your rides? Let me know. It's on the way. Okay, I got stuff to do.
But yeah, I'll be doing a Sterling GT HSW run for time trial number 2 here for HSW time trials. This is my first time doing it with this vehicle. I'm pretty sure I did Cyclone 2, and then I did Big Cherokee ZX HSW, because it's the record for best top speed, I'm pretty sure, for 9th gen. Or at least for HSW, but maybe altogether, I believe. But I should be able to smoke it first time, if not second time, I would imagine it. Oh, come on, this bullshit. I was not expecting that to happen. Bro, let's go, come on. This fucking game. Can't go crazy on this shit, man. Oh, fuck. Oh, I guess not me first run. That probably would have been fun, and then I got spun the fuck out one time. But yeah, that happens. The vehicles are just so stunned away each fucking time. Okay, I'm not gonna commentate this time, maybe so I can focus on it. That was easy, second time. I figured it would be most second time there. Accounting and driving like that at the same time has been the greatest experience for winning there. Yeah. But yeah. Make sure one last time all the discounts are covered for vehicles. Alright, yeah. Oh yeah, said I would try to do a community job finger, but yeah. At least one, maybe I'll try to do on is one round, and if I'm host, so I can set the rounds, so like one, because I don't want to put the same thing for so long each time and stuff. It's like 6 in the morning and shit right now, so. And yeah, if there's one I want to do, it's probably that or that, or honestly, shit, man, this Mageddon one, Mageddon one here seems interesting. Okay, and Thunder, Forced only. I was default on something, just one round. Guess just in case. But yeah, it's not gonna work, unfortunately, from what I know. Okay, forced weapon, baseball bat. Auto invite. Skill match. And yeah, if there's like 1 or 2 names at most, and they all say like blocked and stuff, then yeah, the glitch did not go away yet again. Then in that case, so that means I still have an inviting bug in the game, unfortunately. Okay, and yeah, notice it constantly says inviting there. It usually says invited or something. That's part of the like inviting glitches. It says inviting all the time. It does not actually invite those people or something. Not sure if on-call can join, but pretty much any other ways I glitch the hell up when I'm in invite only for some reason. Alright, it's like 6:30 in the morning or something. Might just give it like 1 more minute. I think it's pretty clear. It's just fortunately, I think it's pretty clear that the like inviting is broken for me. So I would have to go to public lobby, and I don't really feel like doing that, to be fucking honest. Especially when the stream's already 3 hours. Because modifying the whole vehicle and everything. At 6:30. Once it's like 6:31 in the morning, I'll be done here then. Yeah, my name showed up and blocked. Because that's part of the inviting glitch of the game that I'm suffering right now. And yeah, inviting's all gone here. Another name just showed up and it was blocked again, because inviting bug in the game apparently. Fix that shit, Rockstar. They didn't fix it with Criminal Enterprise, and I had it before that shit even, which was annoying. Like, are they ever gonna fix that shit, or what the fuck, though? Because if they can't fix that, then why fucking do death matches and shit if y'all can't fix a fucking inviting bug in the game? Alright, yeah. That was 3 blocks, and clearly nothing's pretty much happening. And yes, you can invite if on an invite only. You're supposed to be able to. For some reason, it's not, though. Because you can't have an invite bug in the game. I don't know why, but I do, apparently. My game will not successfully invite for me, apparently. But yeah. In that case, that is going to be it for the stream. And yeah. I did my Bikers, like, 2022 mission stream like I said I would. So it's promising I'll probably be able to do, like, my bunker stream that I'm wanting to do for the bunker business 2022 missions, whatever they added for Criminal Enterprise. Want to go over all the new stuff they added for bunker. So I've yet to do that. So that's probably something I'll do in, like, the next couple of days or something. Besides for that, pretty much just a cool, like, event week stream, or, like, the last new vehicle. I think there's only one vehicle left in the drip feed, and then I think that will be it for vehicles. So I think there's literally just one last vehicle in the drip feed, and that's pretty much it, as far as I know, for content for the update. Unless there's, like, any, like, random event thing or something, like they were before. But yeah, I'll finally be it for this stream. Hope you enjoyed.